What if the largest 150 cities went into a battle royale? One thing I've noticed about doing my own travels is it doesn't really matter the country you're in, it's really the city. The cities are really where the magic and culture takes place. Plus, I'm currently in Madrid, Spain right now. Two cities can be the same country, but yet be so different. For example, obviously comparing Madrid to Barcelona. Now, one of the interesting things you're going to notice about this map is some of the biggest cities are clustered together, and that actually should not be a surprise at all. These are massive metropolitan areas. Interestingly, the East Coast does not have this problem as much. They have a lot of large cities, but they're not cramming them all into such a small space. For example, Texas is really having to do that here. For reference, depending on how you categorize it, New York is the biggest city in the US, then it's Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston. But you'll notice as you scroll down, a lot of it is coming out of just California or just Texas, sometimes just Florida, which these two states do have the most population, so that shouldn't be a surprise. I feel like my money is on someone like Denver to win this, or someplace with a lot of land to grow, for instance Salt Lake City. The Florida cities are going to have an interesting time because they're mostly just along the coast, so they're just going to be fighting for the inland part here. Let's go ahead and watch the chaos begin as everyone begins to colonize all this stuff. We've got the first war between Little Rock, Arkansas and McKinley, Texas. I literally don't even know what's going on in here. A lot of these cities are going to get screwed. I think that's Dallas. Dallas is in a lot of trouble. Houston, a very big city, they actually had room to grow. Meanwhile, my city of like LA, I can't even really find it. Rancho Cucamonga, a lot of these are, yeah, this is just weird. San Diego got some stuff though. We just had our first death, Buffalo dying to Rochester, New York. Finally, these states have completely colonized this part of the US. These guys are so big. Another death, Santa Rosa died to Sacramento. So the capital of California looking okay for now. They actually might be doing the best in this state. Meanwhile, San Antonio and Austin, Texas getting into it. Can't even imagine the rivalry the Texans are going to have. Oh, the San Antonians are gone. Now we have Oklahoma City fighting. Tempe, Arizona was conquered by Mesa. Also, Newark going after Yonkers here. I don't know why I always laugh at the city name Yonkers. It sounds so made up. I've been to Yonkers. It's still funny to me. Technically, the largest city on the map right now is Salt Lake City. They have Sioux Falls and Aurora. Of course, size really doesn't mean all that much right now. Oh, Yonkers just got a bunch of new territory after taking out Newark. And Miami was just now conquered. There's still a lot of fighting that needs to happen in Florida. Columbus, wait, I thought this was Columbus, Ohio for a second. There is a Columbus, Ohio. I forgot there's a couple Columbuses, and they're big. Of course, some cities will gain their freedom too. As soon as I talk about the other Columbus, Tallahassee, wait, yeah, they've taken them out. Sorry, I was getting confused about Tallahassee. So what's cool is we're actually going to be able to see the remnants of the dead city under the new empire. So here's San Antonio, or what was formerly San Antonio. Again, they can possibly gain their freedom in a revolt. Oh, dang, Long Beach just got taken out, and Tampa was just conquered by Jacksonville. Corpus Christi is gone, and now the other Columbus is gone. Akron, Ohio, looking pretty big over here. This is almost a map of what the US states should look like without all the straight borders. And also how big some of these states should be because there's actually not a lot of Americans living here. That's the interesting thing about this mod is like it does reflect population density weirdly. A lot of people live here. Not a lot of people live here, so they have a lot more territory but maybe less population. Here's a big war between Sioux Falls versus Minneapolis and Omaha, Nebraska. Also a tiny war between Cary and Greensboro. Oh, Washington DC just got destroyed, so the capital will not be getting a victory here. Dallas, Texas was just conquered. I still don't know what is going on in this part of the world. Does Texas have a weird way of like defining like city population? Like they had so many packed in here. Everyone can define their city limits in different ways, so I'm sure that's like kind of ended up being a factor. Oh, I thought this was one giant nation. No, these are two different places. Rancho Cucamonga was just destroyed by San Bernardino. Yonkers was conquered by New York City. Oh, look at New York go. They are completely surrounding Jersey City. They stand no chance. How is Chicago the third most populated city? They are, I don't know. They're close to Aurora. Maybe they can take that over. Oh man, they've got some allies. I completely forgot to look at the alliance map mode. Okay, so they're still kind of gathering. Everyone's kind of still gathering up friends slowly. As you can see here, there's 126 nations left. We've almost lost 25. We've got Shreveport, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. All of the Louisiana cities working together. How cool is that? We actually might continue to see that as we progress through the game. We've got kind of a Cascadia alliance going on between Washington and Oregon cities. Also kind of a Rust Belt alliance going on. Oh, Chicago's going to be safe because they're surrounded by friends. And New York was just conquered by Philadelphia. I actually thought New York was going to do well here. So we just lost the #1 city in the world. Sorry, in this world, in this map, in the US. I think Los Angeles is still there, but I actually have no idea. You know what just dawned on me? I didn't even realize this map does not include a single city from the state of Wyoming. And that is because most of these Californian dots, almost all of these Californian dots that you see, have more people living in it than the entire state of Wyoming. So they just like cease to exist. There's actually a couple other states that are not included, I think, too. Richmond was just taken out by Newport News. Newport News? Sounds like a TV channel. Oakland was conquered by Fremont. We have a couple of, there was a huge loss there. Cleveland was just conquered by Akron. This is literally just kind of like a sports battle in a way. NBA, NFL, college football. This is kind of what they do sometimes, like showing, certain teams take over the rest of the map once they defeat other city teams. Spokane is doing pretty. They've got a lot of territory. Who's number one, though? It's still Salt Lake City, and I mean, they're not too far ahead. Aurora is in second, then Mesa and Mesa's doing pretty good for being down south this way. How many kills? Mesa just got a bunch of kills. They actually just jumped into third place. The problem is there's a lot of enemies that could easily grab that capital. Did they burn this city? Is that why this is a black hole? Pittsburgh was just conquered by Winston-Salem, which they look really big right now. Lubbock was just conquered by Albuquerque was conquered by Lubbock. They've got some really strange borders here. Oh, never mind. I think that Mesa's going to be fine. They have Phoenix completely surrounded. North Las Vegas just lost to Henderson. Las Vegas is still here. So they divided up Vegas into 3 different spots, and we are down to only 100 nations. We have killed 50 cities. Colorado Springs was taken out by Denver. Now, Denver just needs to find a way to take out Aurora, and then they can maybe start to break out. Oh, are they friends? These two have an alliance. Some of the 2 biggest cities on the map are teamed up, which is kind of scary. Mesa has the most money, which is maybe how they're ended up doing so well. They're funding a lot of their wars. Lubbock, Texas also has a lot of cash. We still have the Louisianan Alliance, and they've actually expanded into including Houston as well as Mobile, Alabama. New Orleans must be feeling pretty safe down here for now. Eugene was just conquered by Reno, and now big war for Fresno and Santa Clarita. Oh boy, Rochester is now taking out some of their anger on Philadelphia. There's no more, I think, New York cities left except for them. Completely forgot about Boston. I absolutely should have chosen Boston. I didn't know they'd come out on top and get all of like New England. I'm not sure if just being allied to Rhode Island is going to help them, especially because, Philadelphia's huge. We're still a ways away from anyone coming out of Florida on top. I do think Florida's going to be taken out by one of the bigger cities in the deep south. Maybe Montgomery, Alabama. That's my birth state. I think my home state or my home city just got taken out, so I might have to root for Montgomery. That usually never goes well, though. Southern California is still a huge mess, although Santa Clarita continues to get bigger and bigger. Oh, St. Louis was just taken out. That was by Louisville. Whoa, look at Louisville go. Indianapolis fighting Cincinnati. Oh, man, how big is this alliance? Whoa, this is a crazy alliance. That's not even fair. How did they get that team? It really is like the Midwest. They're all teaming up. They're kind of tired of being left out in the dust, I guess. Pardon the pun there. Is that even a pun? I don't even know. Yeah, some of these alliances are getting pretty big, but then again, not really. These guys only have 3 cities on their side, but they have so much territory. I do like the alliance between Louisiana, Alabama, and Texas, kind of, at least East Texas. Although Austin is fighting, the capital of Texas. Austin is a very interesting city in Texas. A lot of Texans probably are not rooting for Austin, so I'm interested to see who comes out on top here. Shreveport giving Houston a bunch of money. Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, the allies back this way are really able to fund and help take out Austin. They pieced out. Here goes Mesa with Henderson on their side fighting El Paso, Texas. Ontario, I was really confused by the Ontario. I thought Canada was somehow involved in this. Can I see what is possibly going on here? No, I don't even think there is an LA. Maybe LA got taken out, or if LA was just I don't know. This map is absolute chaos, if you couldn't tell. San Francisco was just taken out by Stockton. Now, Sweden is not a part. See, now I'm throwing in all these other city names. That's a big factor to mention here because we Americans were not very original with naming our cities. We did just grab a lot of things in the old world and sometimes slap new in front of it, sometimes not. Sometimes we change like a letter or two to mess with the pronunciation. Chattanooga is now gone. Minneapolis is looking pretty good, although they need to worry about St. Paul being so close to them, and especially with this team. Oh, Salt Lake was just taken out by Henderson. Look how huge they just got. I think Henderson might now be the strongest city on earth, or at least the biggest, I mean. That is true, and they're starting to get away. Wow, I'm surprised. So the cities actually here are not that big anymore. Lubbock is now in second, and then Spokane, that's not super surprising. Charlotte. So a lot of these giant cities are actually coming from places I wouldn't expect so early on. I thought eventually they'd catch up, but not this early. Santa Ana was destroyed by the Moreno Valley. Lincoln, Nebraska was just taken out by Sioux Falls. Now Sioux Falls is fighting 2 different... Oh my... Wow. Okay, I think Sioux Falls is now the biggest. Okay, so that is a part of the country that... Well, they've got some people living here. It's more this area of the U.S. that doesn't have a lot of population. Reno is now trying to fight. This is the Battle of Nevada right here, basically. There are still 3 Nevada cities. I don't know why Las Vegas allied to Henry, or how they're allowing them to do that. The Moreno Valley is coming out on top in California. Texas is still very divided, and so is Florida. Boston is right now, wow, look at this huge East Coast alliance with all these cities. That is scary. Okay, so pretty much it looks like almost everyone, I mean, there's a couple of nations or cities that don't have any friends, but almost everyone is in a pretty giant alliance now. Kind of giant, not really. Some alliances are bigger than others. I think the East Coast allied to counteract what's going on in the Midwest, but these cities that are trapped behind the alliance, that really sucks for them because they're not going to get any bigger. And they're going to give away their money to people on the frontier. This is really like the Fallout universe. Mobile, Alabama was conquered by Montgomery. Montgomery's still going. Orlando was conquered by Jacksonville, and Louisville is also no more. It's Lexington. Hey, Montgomery's doing pretty good, although they don't have a lot of allies. Stockton was conquered by Reno. Aurora was taken out by Denver. So Denver was technically my pick. They might fall to Sioux Falls, though. Again, pardon the pun. They both are similar in terms of economy, though. Gold-wise, Sioux Falls does have the most, and then it's Denver. Oh, this is maybe why they're getting into a war. There's an economic battle. Yes, Sioux Falls is really starting to become like the Russia of this universe. They just have a lot of territory for now. We're down to 57 cities at the moment. Lubbock is fighting 2 nations at once. Bam! There's another city that falls. Oklahoma City is going down to, wow, Lubbock is not messing around. Here goes Henderson fighting Denver, who just chopped. Oh, did you take out Sioux Falls? They didn't, but they got really close. They stopped right before the capital. Spokane is trying their best to clean up the Washington cities. It's kind of close. Vancouver is really pushing back, though. Not Vancouver, Canada, although it's close. That's actually weirdly close. What? Didn't really know that there was. I'm learning a lot about cities, U.S. cities today. Portland was conquered. Reno has taken most of Northern California. Montgomery, Alabama has single-handedly taken out the alliance of Louisiana, with Texas kind of included in that. Oh, Texas has made their own team, and that's a big team. They got Lubbock, they've got Irving, Austin, Houston, and then they do still have a couple of the Louisiana, the founding members. I think the team just kind of really switched up a lot. So Jacksonville has come out on top basically in Florida. They're the last Floridian city left. Montgomery has a part of Florida, but they're not from Florida. That's Alabama. Lexington trying their best to hold back Winston-Salem here. Oh, and I think they're going to do it. Oh, wow, they're getting crushed. Okay, and there they go. Oh, wow, Lexington just joined this massive Midwest alliance. The East Coast alliance doesn't look so strong anymore. Kind of sad that Boston is like being forced to hide back here, because I did like their borders. This is a cool like New England border. Of course Boston would control this stuff. They kind of are the capital of New England in a way. El Paso is trying to fight back both Lubbock and Austin, but I don't know if it's going to work. They definitely need some more friends. Las Vegas is being allowed to survive for some reason, and so is Riverside, weirdly, and Fontana. Here goes Montgomery, my birth state, single-handedly fighting the Texas and Louisianan cities, and they did just take out the final 2, though. They literally had to peace out. I'm actually shocked at how well Montgomery's doing. Montgomery does have access to like a space port. Maybe, wait, is it Montgomery? Actually, I don't think that's right. Alabama does have like space stuff, though. I was gonna say, is that maybe giving them an advantage? They have some aliens helping them out. Newport News. Once again, I'm learning about Newport News. They're doing really good. Allying to some strange members, though. Wichita is now trying to take back Denver. Denver, I don't believe, is the #1 power in terms of territory anymore, though. I don't even know who it is. It's probably Lubbock, Texas. Yes, it is, but it's actually just barely. It's really close. Yeah, Denver, max of all time, had the most territory. They lost a lot, though, previously. There's now 41 cities left. I kind of want to call them states at this point, but they're not still. I mean, kind of, but not really. Wow, look at how many cities Reno was able to take over. Obviously, the spots that, and I guess same goes for the Moreno Valley. Some cities were just razed to the ground. They were just burned down, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Horrific. Okay, so Spokane now has complete control over the Pacific Northwest, kind of. They need to fight Reno, though. A lot of alliances not happening in this part of the world, weirdly. Meanwhile, Jacksonville and Augusta, Georgia, I believe that is, they're fighting the North. There's like some replication going on, like some Confederacy happening. I don't know. Montgomery just took out Houston, which is huge. I think they might finally take out Austin too. Oh boy, wow, look at Montgomery go. It's gonna have to be these states to take them out because their capital is a lot closer. Texas is gonna be in a lot of trouble. Is Mesa still here? Mesa is still here, but they just kind of stopped growing. Okay, now everyone's almost forced on a team. These two will have to join forces because they don't have any other friends. Memphis and Atlanta tried their best to stop Montgomery, but it didn't work. These are some weird, ugly borders. The alliance map looks a lot better. Wow, okay, so single-handedly Sioux Falls is getting huge without anyone helping them out there. They have a big economy. Look at how much they're taking from Denver right now. They have no friends, so they're not being supported at all. They're gonna take out possibly Chicago. Chicago is technically the biggest country biggest city that still remains on this map. They're the third biggest in reality. They're still going to keep going because Los Angeles is, I think, pretty much not here. Neither is New York. Here goes Lexington after Augusta. Oh man, so many wars happening. Oh man, these two could not. It's Kansas City. Kansas City just wiped out Sioux Falls finally. Kansas City out of nowhere becomes, I think, the biggest city in terms of territory. And now Reno and Spokane, Washington are working together to fight back Henderson. Henderson keeping the battle up for Nevada. I'm kind of imagining these cities like represent their state as a whole, kind of. Huntsville got a little bit bigger, which is good for Montgomery since they're allied. Lubbock is really falling to Denver. Denver has a lot of enemies. They need to try to be cool with Kansas City. Kansas City is trying to take out the Midwest. Is Henderson going to take... Oh, wow. Henderson, look at Henderson go. Henderson, they took the capital of Reno, but Reno has been moved up to like Oregon. How do you rename your city? This is weird. It's getting confusing. You had to move your capital, this is Reno, but now Reno is in Portland, Oregon. They just forgot. They're changing the name. When are these alliances going to start to break down? I'm surprised they're still going. Oh, there it goes. Chicago was finally taken out by Kansas City. Now Kansas City is going after Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and Lexington. Denver might be finally taking out this is not the final Texas city, but it's the last two. Wow. They just got obliterated. So Denver once again has become the biggest city by territory. It's just Irving, Texas that's left. Now Alabama's trying to take out one of their bigger rivals. It's Kansas City. Rivals in terms of regional rivals that have a lot of land. Although Lexington's looking kind of like a threat. A small threat. Here goes Wichita. Denver has had the most territory and they now currently still have the most territory. Then it's Henderson, Kansas City, and Montgomery. Those four cities are really pulling away from everybody else. That doesn't mean someone can't catch up. They totally can. Bam! There goes Kansas City. So Wichita has now just joined the fight. They are now a huge force to be reckoned with. These two, actually. So will this alliance just wipe out the rest of the world? I see the Midwest alliance completely broke down. Henderson might be taking out all of the Pacific Northwest now. They just need to get to those capitals there. They're being aided by Mesa. They're getting some funding at least. Yeah, they've got some money. That's going to become the big factor here. Who is going to be left with the most money? Both these two have a lot of money, but Montgomery might have the most at 30,000. Yes, they do have the most, and then it's Lexington. Wait, Lexington literally just got destroyed as I said that. Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio has some weird, ugly borders, but here they go. You might see Rochester, New York finally unify the Northeast. Nope, they pieced out. And just as fast as Toledo, Ohio joined the fight, they might be ended. Irving, Texas is the only person without any team right now. We've got a huge confederacy kind of going on between Montgomery, Jacksonville, Huntsville, and then is this Indianapolis? Maybe to try to counteract what's going on here. Finally, Irving joined the Mesa and Henderson teams. Henderson finally took out Reno, Oregon. It's only a matter of time before these guys fall, I think, unless they join. Maybe they'll join Denver. We're at the stage where we should see some unifications, I think. Yeah, the Northeast just broke down. There goes Boston. It's now all under Philadelphia. Philadelphia is really close to losing that. Yep, they just lost everything. Oh, they didn't lose everything, but they're close. Oh, wow. Denver just backstabbed Mesa, and now they're giving Henderson some trouble. Meanwhile, their ally Wichita is going in after Milwaukee. I didn't know who it was, sorry. A comeback? Look at this. Whoa! I thought Moreno Valley was done, but they've allied to Spokane, Washington, so now they're both teaming up. They've got so many cities on their side. Maybe Henderson can take back some of this. I don't know if they're going to get to those capitals, though. That's the problem. Also, Henderson has to worry about Denver. Denver at any point can go after this. We're down to 15 cities left. Phoenix was quickly conquered by Denver. That was pretty much just a city-state at this point. There are still a couple city-states, I believe. One of them being Riverside, California for some reason. Rochester has unified the Northeast. Philadelphia is gone. They're trying to move in after Indianapolis with the help of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Oh wow, Denver is fighting a lot right now. This is the big alliance, these two together. Does Indianapolis lose their capital? No, but they were close. Montgomery's only has one friend. Let's see if they can get Irving on their side. This is gonna be huge if Henderson can take out these two cities. If they take them out, well, I guess they have to take out Riverside too, but if they do, they could easily sweep the board and wipe everything away. I just realized that Henderson moved their capital to Salt Lake City. And bam, that's huge. Henderson just took out Spokane, and they're going to take out all of the Californian cities as well. Nope, not yet. They're close. Ooh, this is scary. That means Denver is definitely on the chopping block, although they're allied to Wichita, so maybe they don't have to worry too much. That kind of keeps a lot of their front lines safe. They can kind of focus. Okay, so here we go. My money's going to be, like, I guess, on Henderson, but then again, my predictions haven't really come true so far. Indianapolis has Michigan. They did take out Grand Rapids. They might be going after Milwaukee soon. Here goes Irving, who's actually causing this alliance a lot of trouble, even though, like, they're literally being attacked from all sides. Who are they allied? Oh, you're allied to Henderson. That's so smart. So they're funding a lot of these wars. I don't know if that's going to save them. Oh, and there they go. Okay, so Montgomery is somewhat back. We're down to the final 9. And for some reason, Wichita just got they just exploded. Okay, the borders are changing a lot. Denver really has to worry, especially because Montgomery and Henderson, oh, they're allied too. Oh, that's not good. That is not good for this team right here. Maybe they can get Rochester on their side. They really need them. It's literally 2 versus 4 right now. No, it's actually like 5. Jacksonville 2. Jacksonville's just like giving the money away. Okay, well, at least they gained some ground against Montgomery, and now you can kind of use oh boy. Well, they're still alive. Montgomery's gone. Indianapolis now controls it. Who is going to come out on top? This has been like a crazy back and forth. Oh, Denver just ran out of money. It's over. It is over. Okay, Henderson is going to be probably in the final 2. Wow, look at this. That's just crazy. Oh, wow. That is literally like the fall of the No-No Germans. We had like the Allies on the west and then the Soviets in the east. Okay, well, Wichita is probably dead because they have literally no friends, so they just have to, yeah. This is like Japan in World War II. You know, they're like the last ones left, so, I mean, they're still fighting. They're about to lose. Okay, and now all the merging. Okay, so it's going to be between Indianapolis and Henderson, Nevada. But who has the money? Indianapolis started really gaining a lot of territory because of unifications. Henderson's still gaining territory, though. Oh, but they just ran out of money. Meanwhile, Indianapolis still has some left. And it's over. Definitely did not expect a city kind of over here to win. I could have swore it was going to be someone in this vicinity. So I guess the capital, the new capital of America, hasn't moved all that far away from Washington, D.C. It's just a couple miles this way. And big thanks to my patrons this month. Drew, I'm your dad, back with the milk. Look outside. Carino is best girl. The clone's training is complete and is Frederick, I can't sleep without Australia is real.
Inquisitor
I am not
Zarius,
a paid
the great
actor.
Ralph
Jack
John's
Draven,
annoying friend,
Sebi, if you
Zane
hear
Hayes,
this, I love
Good
you.
old
The
Raya,
Mexican 7
Oryx
6
Fat,
10,
Norwal,
Rye the Pie,
Carmel
And why am I doing this?